reach up, stand right to the drag strip.
So we showed you guys a couple weeks ago the eBay coilover conversion kit that Blaine got off eBay. So today we're going to try to start with the front axle. He's got the thing jacked up and we're going to see how difficult this is and what pieces are missing, what's included, what's not included, and all of the above, and see if we can get this thing actually suspended rather than sunk.
So to give you guys some context, we're going to go back a couple of weeks to when we first discovered the problem with the suspension. Check this out.
I shouldn't do that.
Someone just heated them up and collapsed them to lower the car.
That's what I said.
No!
Oh, it's not even sitting on.
All those butt faces. Someone collapsed the spring, or the springs just collapsed.
Yeah. There's no way that's how those.
Oh. Ew. Oh god.
Well, so that we don't have to put it back at stock height, what is the alternative to give it a little bit of?
I don't know if anyone makes like lowering. Oh yeah, look at that.
Oh my god.
That's jacked up.
Alright everybody, so here is the right front strut assembly out of the car. It is
Toasty.
as they say, hella broke.
That's where the torch was when they lowered this thing.
Shaking your head.
Yeah. Can't fix stupid. Oh, there's a nut in there. That's weird. I knew it wasn't that big. Where'd my flathead go?
Wasn't that bad to take out though, was it?
No, it's literally, you could probably do it in 5, you can do it in 6 or 7 bolts, honestly. It's the easiest strut I've ever taken out of a car, actually.
And only mildly rusty?
I would say it's a little bit more rusty. It's actually not as rusty as I thought it was.
The upside of this is we won't have to use the spring compressor.
Yeah, because it just falls right out.
Very dumb.
Scuff that up and paint it, probably. You do that for me, right? Cool.
Easy peasy. It would be my pleasure, Tony.
You know what I hate about doing suspension stuff?
What?
Is that when you finish one side, you gotta go back and do the other.
And another. And then another.
I hate it. Here comes the spring.
So here's
and
the...
what's left of the guard. I don't even think this thing has a bump stop in it.
What's the difference? How do you know what's front and what's rear in this thing?
Alright, so I actually marked them.
Did you?
So these are 11.4 millimeters in diameter.
Oh, it's the diameter. Oh, these are thicker.
These are thicker.
So these got to be the front?
Yeah. Because they're 560s and 420s, I think.
I would like to see how this works.
Or how not.
Or how it doesn't work. Come on, eBay, don't fail us now.
Well, it's gonna fail us. Alright guys, look. We got the collar on. I put a lot of anti-seize on it. I clearanced this little hole out so I could get to the set screw right there. We're gonna just put it together with the flush there at the top.
Just talk about the shadiness of it for a minute, though.
And
skepticalism.
I don't think this is gonna work at all. Honestly, I don't think this is gonna work. The spring and everything, I mean, it's short. It's a short spring anyways. This is a rear. They're all the same height though. So that on there, I mean, it's already really, really, really short. We're gonna put it on the car and see what it does, but the only part of this that I think is actually a little bit tailored, it could just be because this shaft is a standard size throughout a lot of cars, but this the top hat actually fits on there, so that's cool. We've kind of decided what we're going to do. If these aren't long enough, we're going to build a collar that's going to push them up about 1 inch. So we'll see. We just dusted these off, just painted them black so they weren't so rusty and nasty and everything. So we're going to slam it back in the car and see what it looks like. No way!
It's higher than it was.
Heck yeah! Look at that!
Look.
It's actually too high.
Do the shoe test.
The shoe
Do the
test.
shoe test. Oh
No,
yeah,
it
it's
should
too
be
high.
a finger. It's way too high.
Oh yeah, you can
Oh, I
fit
am
a
so
shoe,
surprised.
a shoe and some in there.
Thank you. There's no way that's working.
Well, I mean, wiggle it around and let it settle.
Shaker. Ooh. Hey, at least.
Jump on that fender.
It's all clean. My hands are.
It's good. Drive it, but that's. See, now it looks like it's launching. The back looks really low.
We can do the back later. I think I'll leave it that height for right now.
I would leave it. That's as high
I want to let it settle. I mean, it'll settle down for sure. Wow! 90 bucks a set. Woo!
Too soon, but it doesn't look bad. I mean,
Doesn't look bad at all. I'm not about that slammed life. That looks cool.
oh, now we need space. What's it feel like over those bumps?
Good. It feels like the suspension's actually slightly working.
Yeah? Look at the windshield getting fogged up. Can I go with you?
Yeah, come on, hop in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the headlight switch is completely gone.
Completely?
Yeah.
Well, they were on just a second ago.
Yeah, they were flashing on and off. See? Oh yeah, it actually feels like it's very abrupt. Shut off.
So, in summary for today,
eBay coilover sleeves work.
Yeah.
They do work. 90
boom.
Wow. Those were $89.99 a set.
They worked pretty well. We're gonna have to put some miles on them, and tomorrow you're gonna do the seats.
I'm gonna do the seats tomorrow. We'll put that.
Start the seats,
Yeah.
and then we'll do the back axle.
Yeah. So while I was wrenching on the car, Austin was giving the Conquest some skin therapy.
So a couple of weeks ago, off screen, about the time Blaine got the coilovers, I decided to compound the side of the car, see how the paint would come back. Check this out. This is about after 4 stages of compounding. I did one half of the car in typical Papa's fashion. So, I mean, seriously, if you look at this side of the car and look at that side of the car, that's chalk. This is awesome. I cannot believe how much of the paint came back to life. I'm not a paint expert, but this cannot be a modern day base coat, clear coat kind of deal. It is just, it's insane. The doors, the body panels, I mean, even the plastic pieces came back to life. It's pretty nuts. So I'm gonna do, while Blaine's doing his thing with the coilovers, I'm gonna do the same thing to the other side. And basically all I've got is a cheap Walmart buffer. I mean, all it is a rotary buffer. It's not even dual action. I've got McGuire's compound, so I've got like a really deep cut, like a middle cut, and kind of a swirl remover deal. And then I like top it off with Ultimate Compound. I use this stuff for like everything. It's awesome. And then I seal it with some Carnauba wax. And really, I mean, if the car is going to come back to this kind of shine and gleam, why not bring it back to its former glory? I promise you, I'll show you after I go over this fender. These grease stains, sun stains, whatever they are, will be mostly gone. It's going to be pretty awesome. Check this fender out. I don't know if it'll translate on camera, but the gloss that comes back out in this, I don't know if it's original paint. We really don't. It may have been painted, but it sure looks good.
If it was repainted, it's a good paint job.
Compared, I'd be inclined to say it is original paint because, I mean, obviously the front valence in this hood has been rattle canned before, but this is freaking amazing. I mean, that's brand new paint, the Darling family.
Yeah,
original.
it does. It looks good.
That is amazing.
Single stage stuff. No clear coat on that junk.
It can't be. There's no way it would have survived.
No, it looked like that.
Portico. This is amazing. I mean, I really didn't think we'd get this to come back to life this much, but that,
What's that?
I don't know. I don't know if this is me messing around with the dirty rag, and
I think that's what it
it
was.
seems like when I get back into it, come up with this gunk, but it comes right off.
Yeah.
Anyhow, amazing, right?
Where are my spinners? Alright guys, it's the next day and I am happy with the way those eBay coilovers worked, or coilover sleeves. Need to adjust them down a little bit. It's a little bit high. I thought it was going to be right on the verge of being too low. But I really don't feel like messing around with that kind of dirty stuff today. So I'm going to take my Amazon seats and stick them in the car, see if I can get them to work with the stock bracketry. Even though they came with sliders and brackets for the seats, we'll see. But I'm really digging these spanner wrenches because I feel like Sly Cooper. You know. Want to do that? Alright, so the first thing we're going to do, we're going to take these things out. We got a little setup, got a floor, a workbench, 66 charger sitting there in disarray because I haven't worked on it. We're ready to go though.
1, 2, 3.
Well darn. I didn't find $1 million stuffed in the seat. It's all kind of ratty. It's kind of nasty. I got the brackets off just to kind of play with them to see if I can make them work with the other seats. I need to vacuum. Also don't know what that is. Kind of interested to figure that out. I need to go look at my manual to see what it is. Let's go get one of the Amazon seats and kind of compare it and see if we can get those brackets to even come close to fitting. If not, I'm gonna try to take these pedestals off and reuse them to make it all bolt in real nice. All right, boys and girls, there are the cheap Amazon bracketries. They only lock on one side, which I'm totally trusting of that little stamped steel piece of steel that locks that in the event of a collision. I'm really kind of leaning toward trying to get the stock brackets to work with the seats that I bought. And I think I can probably do it, honestly. Hardware's better, it locks in both sides. Go ahead and pull this out. We don't need that. We've got harness is coming for the car, so get rid of that. Let's kind of mock it up, see what we can get. Here's the bottom of our Amazon seat, as you can tell. And it turns out that the hardware that they sent is the same thread pitch as the original Mitsubishi hardware, which makes me happy. So I'm gonna play around with these threads, make sure they're all good, clean them out probably. It looks kind of nasty down in the holes, and then try to mock it up with our original brackets. So I did some light modification. If you can tell, that hole is now slotted. Did a little rat tail file. Never really used a rat tail file, and it worked really well. That's that side. And then on this side, I had to drill a hole, and I also slotted it with the little file. And then I think I left that hole alone because I slotted that one enough for it. So we're going to see how this works. There we go, guys. Look at that. The bracket is on there. I had to bend this little guy a little bit, which makes me worried that the distance in between them, because I did not measure, is probably different. So let's see how close we are, because I mean, we can always build some little straps as outriggers for the bolts and try to reinforce it the best we can to make this thing as safe as possible. So let's put them in there. That's actually closer than I thought it would be. We're only about, you can kind of see the stud right there. Need to do some adjusting with how I have it mounted, I think. But we're close on there, close over there. That's sitting on the front stud over yonder way. So I think I'm gonna clearance this one or that one to kind of get it to fit. I mean, obviously there's adjustment built into all of these corners, so I think I'll probably adjust the far one out to give me more leeway this way. But yeah, let's see how it goes. All right, look, they're in. They're not completely tightened down, but let's go ahead and take this plastic off. But let's do a little test. All right. They sit a little bit high. Well, do they? They sit basically the same height as the other ones. So I did end up keeping the ability to slide it back and forth, and I actually have it rigged up right now. The only thing I don't like is how high it sits. And I honestly don't know if it actually is that much higher or if I'm just kind of... Because the arm to window ratio is really good. Like I can stick my arm out. I just know for a fact that someone like my dad, well, honestly, when the seat goes back, you have all this other headroom. But it's, I mean, it's really close to touching, honestly. It needs to be. But the pitch forward and back is really good. Just go get Dad, see how hard it is for him to get in and out of it. Seat's back.
Seat's all the way back?
Yeah, I think it's close to all the way back.
It's not gonna fall over?
Yeah, I wish I could lower it like 2 inches.
Yeah.
I mean, it's okay for me, but...
Mm-hmm. My helmet would stick out the top.
Now come sit in this seat. Which is what, I mean, you have to get in normal cars
yeah.
weirdly, don't you?
I mean, every time I get in the 325, I skim this. I never bump my head, but I always skim it.
Oh, it's like right on the verge of like
Yeah.
knocking the crap out of it. Yeah, I wish I had the ability to lower it, but I mean I couldn't ask for an easier supposed to fit install.
I mean, it does not look
It doesn't look taller.
like it's any taller.
Yeah.
Unless it just sinks down in further. No, I mean, there's not.
Oh,
much,
there's
not much difference. There's only an inch difference
there's
now.
oh my god, I didn't realize that. Oh, okay, so this is basically in the same spot.
It basically is.
Okay.
This just happens to have settled a little bit.
And the most important thing is that your arm fits fairly
Yeah.
close to
No,
the. It's
that's-
the perfect. It's the perfect ratio, especially when I have the seat up. It's about almost perfect. Yeah. Okay, I'm happy with it. And guys, like that, it's in there. Check it out. Pretty happy with where they sit. They might be a little bit tall, but not too bad for what they are. I mean, these things were like less than 300 bucks for the pair. So that's it for this episode of Paw Paw Speed Shop. We're just in the process of prepping the Conquest to go make a quarter-mile pass before we do the LS swap later this month, or start doing the process later this month. So hopefully in about 2 weekends we'll be at a quarter-mile track. May or may not be racing the Mitsubishi Austin's Mitsubishi GSX Eclipse, which is awesome because that thing has not been to a drag strip since I think 2014. So it's been a little while. So we get to get that thing out, have a little bit of fun with it. So please share, like, subscribe, do all the little thingamajiggers if you want to. If you don't want to, you don't have to. But we will see you guys soon. Yeah, soon. So just hit the bell and maybe you should subscribe, you know. See y'all later. Hey Billy. Billy, you the new shop cat? Smell the food? Smell the hot dogs? Hey, what are you doing? You good? You want a hot dog? Is that what you're looking for? Looking for the hot dogs? I don't know if you're gonna get one of those. All right, see you later, Billy.